Good afternoon from Kirksville, Missouri. This is Randy Carbon, and this is Rant and Randy's Rant for 3/3/2020. All right, I see one person out liking and one out there. So we'll get this thing rolling. First off, I wanted to talk today about I had to have an A1C today at the doctor. I know that some of my friends out here were RNs or still are RNs, so you know what I'm talking about. The finger jab part was 6.5, and of course, they also, since it had been 6 months, they did the blood test too. I'll get the results in a day or two. My blood pressure was at 130 over 72, which is very good. Um, I weighed 6 months ago when I did my last A1C. I weighed 177. I weigh 170 pounds. That's uh, 10 above my goal I would like to have as 160, which would mean I would have to get all new clothes and everything else, which I can't afford. But I think it would be healthy for me to get to that weight. Hello, Joe. Hello, Lisa, and hello, Netta. Uh, uh, Now I'm getting my mind off of what I'm doing, but it was a good one. Tomorrow, Grace has one set up for. We thought that I was going to see them at 9:15, and that Grace would be going in at 10:30. She went along and stayed in the waiting room because they called hers off till 9:30 tomorrow morning. So she's going. Both of us will have to fast until she gets done with hers tomorrow. All right. We are now at 9 deaths in the U.S., and that is in Washington State. Two cases now in New York State, one being in New York City. Also, before I get too deep into this one, I'm starting on the last page again. First off, I got a lot of PMs yesterday about the Lysol can listing human coronavirus, which is not new. It was associated with SARS and MERS, and even the common cold is the coronavirus of a particular type. So I just wanted to clear that up. You don't have to send me any more. I got a copy of it that I actually ended up with a YouTube uh, QuickTime player. The problem is, uh, I thought it went to YouTube. What it did was just give me that player. I can only play it on my desktop. I hadn't had time. I'm going to go back out there and look for it. But I couldn't find it on YouTube where I uploaded to YouTube, supposedly. Uh, I don't know. Well, the latest I got, and that was last night, is 102 cases of coronavirus in the U.S. That's probably 103 now. Um, Last night, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, and Beto O'Rourke endorsed Biden. And then Donnie came out and said that it was a quid pro quo. Give me a break. It's not when it's endorsements for him. That shows you, though, he is scared of Biden running against him. In fact, they're so scared now after South Carolina, the Republicans are starting to ramp up against Hunter Biden again. Got to look into that man. Shit. And also, Buddy Davis pointed this out to me. And what I had to do was go Hillary's emails, either 2020 Hillary emails or Hillary's emails 2020. And they're back at it again. They want to investigate her. What I looked at was it was she's being accused without proof that since 2016 she made $94.5 million without proof, and this was on PolitiFact, uh, and several other articles from January and this month and February, mostly February. They're trying to fire up an investigation of her again. I tell you what I want. I want to see Ivanka and Jared's email in Texas. Let's look at those. Hello, Daphne. Yeah, my medication is with for blood pressure. I am medicated for that, so that's working well for me, uh, and that's a good reading for me. Uh, and I told them about Donnie, that I use it on my videos, and the nurse that took all the readings, I was telling her about Randy's rants, and she said that what's it on? I said YouTube and Facebook, and she said, "Oh, I have to look it up." So everywhere I go, I'm talking about Donnie. I'll just put it this way: I said I do a rant about the dictator in chief that we have in the White House. So hopefully, I'm out there in Kirksville, Missouri, winning over some people, because if they'll start understanding there is another TV channel out there besides Fox News. Let's see what else I got. All right, got through with that. And I'm on page one. Um, I want to skip over for a minute. Super Tuesday doesn't give you a lot to work with. Let me tell you about a gripe I have with mainstream media on a Super Tuesday or any of these primaries. I don't want somebody projecting who is the winner. For example, polls close Eastern time at 7 p.m. for North Carolina and all those states, Super Tuesday states. I don't feel they should be projecting the winner when the polls just roughly predicting the polls. It's another 3 hours in California, and I've always said they're having some kind of influence on results in other states because they have their projected winner, and it can be anywhere from 35% of the precincts reporting in these states, and they're already predicting a winner. That's not right. That's influencing other states where the polls have not closed. Enough about that. Uh, oh, got to beat him. Had to beat him. Let's see. We've got a pretty good audience out there tonight. I appreciate your time for coming to watch this. Let's get back to it, and then I'll get back into page one. Bloomberg said today he didn't realize Warren was still in the race. You know what that is? That's snipe at her for confronting him over the non-disclosure agreements that he has. Oh, he didn't realize she was still in the race. You know, that's a damn lie right there. All right. Okay, I covered all that on that page. And of course, John covered this yesterday, but it tickles the hell out of me. that everyone is safe if they go to a Donnie rally, pep rally. Give me a break. Are they that stupid? They must be if they believe him. Let's see. And I was just going on after that about seeing Ivanka and Jared because they're doing them on a private server and on telephones that are unsecure. But that's all right because it's Donnie's uh, child, his daughter wife. uh, and I'm getting tired of seeing the GOP backs up Donnie no matter what he says or what he does. Uh, and it's shameful for evangelists throwing the Bible and Christianity out the window, and they turn around and try to project it on the Democrats that they're anti Christianity. Why? Because we don't want your orange God. Uh, and all that is demonizing through this farce, saying that Democrats and people that don't back up Donnie will go to hell. Did you know that? Did you know you were going to go to hell because you're not backing Donnie? But they've said that all through over 3 years he's been in, that if you don't believe in him, you're going to hell because you don't believe in their orange God, the chosen one. Remember? GOP, do you realize how stupid that makes you look? And Pence was out telling people not to worry about traveling in the U.S. Just wash your hands. That'll take care of things. While Donnie bans travel, which, the countries he's talking about, they, since they're not going to test people before they leave a destination and when they come into the U.S., that's probably a good idea. But Pence out there telling you all you got to do is wash your hands. Well, I'm being super careful about washing my hands. I told them at the doctor, and they said that was a good idea. But because my doctor is a Republican, he was saying that the chances were very low that I would get it. And me, with all I've got wrong with me, which they listed diabetes, that I wouldn't have anything to worry about. He also, uh, I'm getting a flu shot sometime tomorrow because they have run out of flu vaccinations at that particular doctor's office. Uh, and he said that since it runs through about April, that it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and get it. Medicare will pay for it, so I'm going to do it. Uh, but I'm going to keep up my hand washing, make sure that if anybody in any place I'm at, I stay away from it. If they're coughing, I get away from them. And just imagine all the workplaces who will fire those that stay out sick. Good example is Walmart, McDonald's, Burger King. Workers handling items that you will eat is frightening because those people are the worst about you can't call in sick. You better get your ass in there if you want a job. Like I said, another case in New York State, and Ben Shapiro on the Daily Caller agreeing with President Dumbass on Biden endorsement. That's a pro a quid pro quo because it's Democrats. It's all right. It's all right if Republicans endorse Donnie. That's not the same thing. Bullshit. These people, and I pointed out on the live version of Daily Caller, I said, how is that different? He doesn't holler that, or nobody hollers that at him when a Republican endorses him. Uh, and looks like that's about all. Oh, I will touch on what Andrew Cuomo, governor of New York, was saying. Uh, and they're talking about there is a community spread, but the fear factor is the greatest enemy in this situation. He said, just, clean up where you're at, wash your hands, because, I mean, what else are they going to say in New York City? And this guy worked in, I think they said Queens, the latest case to be discovered. Again, they can't figure out how the man got it. So, uh, and I agree with him as far as you can't panic. Uh, but like I was saying, if you're in a place and people are coughing all over everything and those damn touch screens, uh, I in particular, when I have to use one over here at Hy-Vee, you have to touch it to whether you want cash back or not. Uh, it's not even safe to pick up the pen and poke it, but I feel good about it because I do come home, and the first thing I do, after all, I drive the vehicle limping around only a block, 2.5 blocks away, but that steering wheel that I'm grabbing is not clean either. So when I get back home, every time I go out, I come back in, I wash my hands with soap and water. That is the safest thing to do. Well, like I said, I don't have a lot uh, to bring to you today. I am working on Patreon. There's a lot more to it than I thought there was. I'm still looking at that and finding Twitch does not look the same as Rose Taylor had pointed out to me at one time. You don't just put it in and go there. Google, of course, has got to tell you all different kinds of forms of it. I ended up today on a Facebook page. I was trying to go to Twitch. I wanted to find out what it's about, how I could possibly, in the near future, post there myself. And I didn't find the information, but doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking at it. It could be another format. We're being shut down more and more on Facebook every day. When someone puts, or when Rebecca Mulligan puts up a post of two guys and a dog and a radio playing, and the dog howls, and they say that's community standards, they had to take it down. They're, they're just picking on the left. That's all they're doing. They're picking on the left. I'm seeing it all the time with people trying to send me memes through PMs, and I can't see them because they've already taken them down. Down. Oh, it feels good to beat the shit out of him. Uh, but that's about all I got today. I want you to go down there, like and share. That helps me out a great deal. Uh, I have put out my memes and probably put them out later this evening about how you can help me out. And the most immediate way to help me out is paypal.me. Randall Curvin. Uh, that goes, I have at John's suggestion, I got one of their cards. So that goes right on that account. And I don't have a waiting period to get the money. Uh, it is not a requirement, even if I get Patreon. Uh, I'm going to have that set up uh, for a small amount, and that would only be a monthly pledge. And is not a requirement as a Blue Dot family member. Uh, I'm doing this. I'll keep doing this. It's just what I do. For now, I can be found on MeWe and Liker. Still trying to get through the point system and see how I can get some of my stuff over there too. Twitter, I gave up. I guess I'm banned for life from Twitter because uh, apparently they didn't like what I said about the orange stain that's running the White House in his little Nazi, because all of a sudden I had to have a supported phone number, and I still don't understand what a supported phone number is. Mine is over the internet, and if they were to look it up, it's out of Sedalia, Missouri, because evidently uh, Magic Jack ran out of phone numbers here in this town, so that's the closest phone number I could get. But it doesn't mean I'm in Sedalia. It means I'm here in Kirksville, Missouri. It's just nature of the internet. All right, that's about all I got for you today. Like and share, like I said, and I will be out there tomorrow on Facebook, do my regular show, probably around 6 p.m. Uh, we had a good audience today, and I always appreciate your time to come out here and watch this old Georgia boy tell you about what's going on. You keep me informed, I'll keep you informed. Uh, Blue Dot family, we'll see how this one went. Uh, Hopefully, Bloomberg's going to find out real quick. And this is the only person I'm going to put down, because I do not believe someone should be able to come in and buy an election. That's not right. It's not right at all. It should be done grassroots, raised by $5, $10, that kind of thing, up to a limit of $2,500 to keep the rich donors out of it. All right, I'll let you go with peace. Resist and persist. And I insist we keep fighting for our democracy. We are the guardians of liberty. If we don't do it, baby, who's going to do it? All right, have a good one. And I take that back in a way. Uh, there is a lot of good organizations, and a lot of good organizations are getting threatened for their lives, like Black Lives Matter. I saw a video yesterday about that. I'll let you go. Have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Share this shit. I love my